And a very pleasant good afternoon, everyone. Welcome into West Coast Conference basketball action this afternoon as the number 17th ranked Gonzaga Bulldogs invade the Alex G. Spano Center to take on the Pacific Tigers in West Coast Conference basketball action this afternoon. So nice to have everyone in with us today. Don Gubbins with my broadcast partner Celeste Garion. And Celeste, boy, doesn't get much better than this. The 17th ranked Bulldogs on their annual visit here into Stockton, playing at such a high level this year. Very experienced team that Coach Lisa Fortier brings back. And boy, it's going to be a tough ball game here on the home floor for the Pacific Tigers today.
It absolutely is. Gonzaga women closing in on history, going for win number 20, one shy of the program record. And, you know, Zags are undefeated in the WCC at 12-0.
12-0 and 25 wins this year already, only 2 defeats. Those came to 2 top 25 teams in the preseason, and we'll touch on that as the broadcast goes along today. The Tigers come off a really nice win Thursday night against the tough Portland Pilots, who are in the number 2 position in the conference this year, and you wonder how much momentum will carry over into this game against Gonzaga.
I think a lot of the momentum will carry over. It was raining threes last game. You know, there's rain going on outside, but I think there's going to be a lot of threes raining in this gym again tonight.
Well, both teams like the three, especially Gonzaga. They are shooting tremendously this year from the three-point line, 41% as a team. Very efficient offensively. They're the number 1 offense in conference, 82 points a game, basically. The Tigers, meanwhile, the number 2 offense this year in conference play. They're averaging 71 points a game, so you can see the tremendous efficiency that this experienced veteran Gonzaga team brings in to play this year under Coach Lisa Fortier, who's in her 10th season as head coach. The Tigers are coached by Mr. Bradley Davis, who is in his 9th season as head coach. Gonzaga wearing the white today, the Tigers in the home orange. It is Orange Out Day inside the Spano Center today, and Gonzaga will start the Trong sisters in the backcourt, Kaylee and Kaylynne, and Brenna Maxwell out on the wing, and then Yvonne Ejim, who takes it aggressively to the rack there, no good, but Eliza Hollingsworth, the graduate forward, 6'3" from Melbourne, Australia, grabs the offensive rebound. Now she'll fire a 3, no good. The Tigers start Katie Deaton, Liz Smith, Liz Elliott, Anaya James, who has the basketball, and then Cece Holmberg. Beautiful ball movement down low. They get Liz Elliott involved right away. Elliott, the leading scorer for the Tigers this year, 13.8 points a game. She had a quiet game Thursday night due to foul trouble against the win against the Pilots. Here's Maxwell firing and missing, but another offensive board. Gonzaga, a tremendous rebounding team this year, and that's how they do it. They'll make you pay every time, and Kaylynne Trương, 39% from beyond the arc this year, puts the Zags on top 3-2.
Both these sisters are so competitive, play so well. You know, the awards that they've won, between Kaylynne getting the West Coast Conference Player of the Year award, and Kaylee getting, 2020 All WCC Freshman of the Year. These two sisters are double trouble for the Tigers.
Traveling violation there on the Tigers. Ashley Ellis is the official chief here in this crew. Ashley Ellis, Cheryl Blue, Shaka Wade are the officials this afternoon. Glad to have you with us along ESPN+. Holmberg puts pressure there on Hollingsworth, and now a 2-on-1 developing, and Holmberg completes the steal and then the basket, and just like that, Tigers up 4-3.
And Cece Holmberg had a great game last game. She is, one who just really gets this team moving, gets this team forward. She was talking last game about her confidence level and how the confidence from this last game is going to position them for this game.
Beautiful little pick and roll there. Ejim got the easy one inside after one of the Tigers went down with some contact. That was Anaya James who didn't get a call there. So it's 5-4, 2 minutes, 10 seconds into the ball game. The Zags up by 1 as Katie Deaton for Pacific's going to take it to the rack off the window with a left hand. Can't get the roll. Deaton, very creative one-on-one individual player. Kaylynne Trương misses the layup. Had a good look at it there. And the Tigers set up the half court. Beautiful dump off pass by Elliott off the weak side to Holmberg. Cece, to your point, Celeste, 25 points in the victory Thursday night, a career high for the Bjärred, Sweden native. Holmberg in her graduate year at Pacific, business marketing major. She's scoring 12 points a game on the year, 5 rebounds a contest, but shooting right now 49% from the floor. To your point also, Celeste, she's really found her rhythm and her stroke of late.
Absolutely, she has just become a tremendous leader for this team, very vocal now, getting everybody communicating and on the right page.
Yvonne Ejim with a mid-range jumper. She's averaging a league high, 20 points a game basically, 19.9 entering play today. The #1 scorer in the West Coast Conference. Anaya James with a little soft floater right around the free throw line area. And Anaya, probably one of the more underrated, undervalued athletes in the West Coast Conference. She quietly goes about business and is very efficient in all aspects of the game. As Kaylynne Trương finds her way to the basket, the interior defense for the Tigers giving some seams wide open to the rack here, early going for Gonzaga. There's Deaton's creativity one-on-one, getting to the rack and scoring. She was fouled in the process. It'll be an and-one opportunity for the Tigers, Katie Deaton.
And look at Deaton's face when she is on the floor. She has so much passion in her eyes. She yells out. She's so excited. She just loves getting in there and going to the hole.
Deaton is as tough of a player as you'll find in the conference. She is hard-nosed and will battle you to the very end. A great competitor. She hails from Wausau, Wisconsin. Played a couple of years at North Dakota State before transferring to Pacific. 78% this year at the charity stripe. She completes the three-point play, and the Tigers up by 2 here. Callie Stokes, a 5'11 redshirt sophomore from Redondo Beach, is checked in, as has Maud Hybens, a 6'3 junior from the Netherlands. Way up top, we got Liz Smith. Well, let's see who.
I think it's Cece Holmberg.
All right, away from the ball there. Holmberg bodied up one of the Zags too aggressively. Lauren Glazier will come in for Holmberg. Glazier, a 6'4 sophomore. She hails from North Bend, Washington. Washington State University transfer after her freshman year up there. Hollingsworth has the shot blocked by Glazier, who's really becoming efficiently defensively for the Tigers with that block shot.
Not only has she become sufficiently on defense, but she's also done a great job on offense. You know, last game against Gonzaga, she was the only player that scored in double figures.
Rosie Schweitzer in for the orange-clad Tigers as well. Schweitzer, a 6'2 redshirt senior from Australia. Tigers get another one down low, and it's 13-9.
Great move there by Lauren Glazier, going up and over the defense, making it count.
And a traveling violation out there on Gonzaga. The Bulldogs turning it over 17 and a half. Well, check that, only 13 times on average this year. Tigers turn it over 17 and a half times per ball game, and now see a little zone trap here in the half court by Gonzaga, trying to pick up their offense a bit. And that's Nia Lowry laying it in. The Tigers somehow, some way, getting some easy looks inside against this Gonzaga defense that's allowing only 61 points a game on the year.
Tigers are playing really aggressive this game, and they needed to after they lost by Gonzaga by so many points, but they have come out really swinging.
They sure have, and now the ball loose on the floor, a jump ball call. Possession to the Tigers. And we're inside of 5 minutes, so that'll lead us to the media timeout. 4:39 remaining here in the opening quarter on a rainy, wet Northern California afternoon. Nice to have you with us along ESPN+. The Tigers up by 6. We'll take the break and be back with more after this.
It's time for the ultimate showdown. The Credit Union WCC Basketball Championship in Las Vegas. Don't miss the high-flying WCC action as 18 programs battle it out to crown 2 champions. Who will be your champion? Scan the QR code to get your tickets now.
$25,000 live events, all backed with a TicketSmarter 100% ticket guarantee. Get your tickets smarter at TicketSmarter.com. Get great seats, safer, simpler, and smarter with TicketSmarter. Choose great seats from over 125,000 live events, all backed with a TicketSmarter 100% ticket guarantee. Get your tickets smarter at TicketSmarter.com.
Every year, thousands of athletes disappear in clutch moments due to falling hydration levels.
Used to go missing.
They've been told how you feel yourself doesn't matter.
Possession, leading by 6. Rosie Schweitzer on the left elbow. Don Gubbins with Celeste Gearing back here. Don Gubbins with Celeste Gearing back here inside the Spano Center. Tigers with possession, leading by 6. Rosie Schweitzer on the left elbow. Player-to-player defense here by the Zags in this half-court set. Schweitzer gets tied up down low, now loses the ball, and another tie-up. It'll be possession to Gonzaga here as Schweitzer and Ejim get tied up. These two teams met 2 weeks ago today up in Spokane. The Tigers, after a tough battle the previous Thursday night at Portland, ended up without CeCe Holmberg in that Gonzaga game, and the Tigers got smoked by Gonzaga, who set a team and school record by hitting 19 threes in that game. They defeated Pacific 104-39. So the Tigers looking to avenge a 65-point defeat up in Spokane 2 weeks ago. Want to play a good, hard-nosed, competitive game. Give the Zags a run for their money today. Celeste, Gonzaga in conference games has a near 30-point win margin this year. Truly incredible.
It is truly incredible. They've won every conference game by at least 18 points. And last game they beat St. Mary's with 6 players scoring in double digits.
Well, Holmberg finds her way inside. And the Tigers get another one underneath the basket. It's 17-9. The Tigers have only missed 1 field goal. They're 8 for 9 in the early going. Gonzaga 4 of 10. Ejim, who moves very well for a big, hands it off on Hybens, who scores inside. Nice dish by Ejim, and basket by Hybens there, the junior from the Netherlands. She's scoring about 7 points a game this year for the Zags. Holmberg, pull up 14-footer is going to be short. Elliott thought she may have hit it off of Hybens, but no, it went off of Elliott out of bounds. Gonzaga basketball, 2:48 remaining in the opening quarter. Right now, Gonzaga's got Ejim out there with Lynn Trong, Maud Hybens, Callie Stokes, and Brenna Maxwell. Maxwell played 3 years at Utah before transferring to Gonzaga. Tremendous shooter on the outside. Tigers committed 21 turnovers in that game up in Spokane 2 weeks ago, and the Zags made them pay for it, scoring 32 points off of those turnovers. Down low, here's Ejim. Elliott forced her to fade away a bit, and the shot rims out, and then Holmberg ties up Stokes. It'll be possession to Pacific on the jump ball there. Boy, Ejim had that one just go halfway down and rolled out.
Ejim's such an aggressive player. She averages 20 points a game. Every single game she's played, she's scored in double digits, shooting 64% from the field and 82% from the free throw line. So maybe we didn't see it going in there, Don, but we're going to see it going in a lot tonight, I would assume.
Yeah, kinesiology major is Ejim wants to be a doctor, I'm told. There's CC Holmberg for Pacific. They called that a 2, did they? Yeah, they did. She had part of her foot on the line. Nia Lowry for Pacific, who wears number 15, 5'11" freshman guard from Sacramento. Went to high school here in Stockton at St. Mary's. Is really starting to come on. She played a tremendous defensive game Thursday. Is really starting to come on. She played a tremendous defensive game Thursday night, did Lowry, for the Tigers in the 6-point win over Portland, 80-74, handing the Pilots their 3rd conference loss of the year. Well, that time Ejim got her spot a little bit closer down low, and Elliott bumps her from behind as Ejim goes on to make the shot. She'll get the free throw as well. Ejim at 82%. She's a very good free throw shooter. The Zags at 80% as a team. One of the many, many things, especially offensively, that they excel at. 80% as a team from the free throw line. The Tigers are a very good free throw shooting team. They're at 77% on the year. But the and one for Yvonne Ejim here. Kaylynne Trương has some tape on her earlobe that they made her take off, or she wanted to take off. Not sure. Ejim converts the 3-point play the old-fashioned way. She's got 6 points in the ball game now. Schweitzer can't handle the pass, but it gets tapped out at Deaton. The defensive intensity picking up for Gonzaga, but Deaton pulls up along the baseline and gets the friendly bounce off the backboard and scores it from 15 feet away. Katie Deaton, averaging 10.5 points a game for the Tigers. Both teams, Celeste, their starting 5 are in double figures offensively, something you rarely see in women's college basketball today.
Right, both of these teams super competitive, great shooters. And as you can see right there with Katie Deaton, getting really excited about shooting that.
Deaton and Elliott, tremendous emotionally charged players for the Tigers, and that time you saw the exaltation of Deaton and the competitive fire. But Lee Trương calmly comes down and just takes a corner 3 and knocks it down. Deaton feels it going, can't make that shot. That was a tough shot, but then on the offensive rebound, Schweitzer, I believe, is going to get fouled here. Hyben's on the foul. It's going to be free throws for Rosie Schweitzer and the Tigers, who are leading by 5, just inside of a minute to go in the quarter.
Rosie Schweitzer does a great job, always going towards the ball, grabbing the ball. One of the things that she could do is maybe get her elbows a little bit out, back up the other players so that they know, hey, those sharp elbows are coming right on.
Yeah, well, Rosie, definitely the most physical player on this Tiger squad this year. 5-sport athlete from Australia. The Canberra, Australia area. Schweitzer coming into play was only 50% at the charity stripe, but she got 2 of 2 there. Tigers just very impressive shooting numbers here in the first quarter. They're going to throw some zone pressure here, but Gonzaga calmly breaks it, and then a wide open 3 by Maxwell rims out. It was halfway down and popped out. Hyben's up top. They'll get another look at it on this possession. Here's another 3 in the corner, but rebound put back by Hyben. She is all over that offensive glass here. 6'3". She almost looks bigger than that. She's got good size underneath and good basketball instincts on the glass especially.
She does have that long frame, and she knows how to lean in and use her body to actually pull the ball out before it comes down to the defensive player.
Well, the poke away and the desperation heave falls short for Gonzaga, and that's the way the first quarter ends. From Stockton, it was a great first quarter, entertaining ball game. Gonzaga is 12-0 in conference, looking for their 13th win. They're finding the going tough early. Pacific up by 5 after 1 from Stockton on ESPN+.
Live sports. ESPN Plus Originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library. Exclusive articles and tools. Top leagues and tournaments. Best stories in sports. On ESPN Plus. Live sports. ESPN Plus Originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library. Exclusive articles and tools. Top leagues and tournaments. Best stories in sports.
Great shots, although that one was late in the shot clock, but and we welcome you back into Stockton, California. We're on the beautiful campus at the University of the Pacific this afternoon for West Coast Conference basketball action. Gonzaga will have first possession as the second quarter opens up. They move left to right as we view the court here along Press Row. The Krong sisters are in there. Hollingsworth, Maxwell, and Hybens. Ball knocked out of bounds by Pacific. It'll be sideline out of bounds for Gonzaga. 16 seconds on the shot clock. One of the things that Coach Fortier's talked about, Celeste, is offensively how efficient they've been this year. Just getting great shots, although that one was late in the shot clock. But defensively this year, they've just had some lapses here and there, and that's what they need to clean up as they make their February late charge through the conference and get ready for postseason play. And the Tigers laid a 26 spot on them in the first quarter to that point.
And then Gonzaga really puts on that masterclass of ball movement on offense. They really take their time. They're patient. They swing the ball around the horn. They make sure that the player's open. They will make cuts, come back if the shot's not there. They have the discipline to come back and really nail that shot.
And that's how you shoot 49% as a team, exactly doing that. Here's Anaya James at the line. The number one free throw shooter in the West Coast Conference this year, Anaya James, entered play today at 97% from the free throw line for Pacific. She's got both free throws there, and the Tigers have a 7-point advantage. Maxwell has a quick look at a three and drains it right in front of the Tiger bench. Brenna Maxwell, 45% this year from downtown, does what she does best, hit that three, and it's 28-24. As well as the Tigers are shooting, they're only up by 4 at the moment. Glazier knocks the offensive rebound out of bounds. Instead of grabbing the ball, she somehow just pounded it down on the hardwood without just grabbing it. Anaya James missed that shot. Tigers shoot 33% this year from beyond the arc. Not really known as a three-point shooting team, but they hit 9 big ones Thursday night in the win. Krong misses off the left angle. Here's Liz Smith, the senior from Dallas, Texas, for the Tigers. She is harassed and held going to the rack. Let's see if it's a shooting foul here. It's going to be baseline out of bounds for the Tigers. Second team foul on Gonzaga. 25 seconds on the shot clock. Anaya James for the Tigers triggers it in. Deaton trying to make a one-on-one move against Maxwell. Got to the rack, but pretty good D anyway, forced her to miss the shot. Krong in transition. Liz Smith takes a swipe at the ball and gets the arm instead. It'll be 2 free throws for the Gonzaga Bulldogs. Smith picks up her first personal for the Tigers. Glazier comes out. Liz Elliott back in for the Tigers. Yvonne Ejim checks in for Gonzaga. Kaylynne Trương at the free throw line. She's 80%.
Pacific Athletics will be honoring 3 individuals, the 3 men's basketball teams that advanced to the NCAA tournament from 2004 to 2006, and the men's swim team that placed at the national championship from 1964 to 1968 at the Hall of Fame dinner and induction ceremony on Friday, February 23rd. Go to PacificTigers.com to find the link to register for the dinner and join the celebration. In addition to the Hall of Fame, 2 former Tigers, longtime Pacific basketball coach Bob Thomason and legendary San Mateo Junior College baseball coach John Noche will receive the Amos Alonzo Stagg Award of Honor at the event. Ticket information is at www.pacifictigers.com under the Hall of Fame tab.
Well, Lee Trong got 1 out of 2 free throws, and then the Tigers have Liz Elliott committing her second personal foul down low. She comes out of the ball game, and then a charging call against Ejim, or did she travel first? I think she traveled first was the call. Ejim has got 9 early points for Gonzaga. Lee Trong's got 9 as well. Maxwell has 3. That's 21 of the 25 points right there for the Bulldogs. Schweitzer to the other high post area on the left side at the elbow. Holmberg tries to go up for the shot, I believe, and was fouled. Active hands by Maxwell. That'll be her second personal foul. She'll have to come out. Esther Little, the 6'2 junior guard from Ipswich, England, will check in. Averaging 13 minutes playing time a game this year. Little, not really a scorer. She's inside of 1 point a game. But grabs a couple of rebounds in her limited time off the bench. Nia James misfires from deep 3 right in front of the Gonzaga bench. Rebound to the Zags. They're down by 3 here. Patiently, not panicking by any sort of the imagination, even though they got down by 7 in that first quarter. Deaton with a hip check, and they're going to call that. It'll be the first on Deaton, the 3rd team foul on the Tigers. 7:25 to go yet here in the second quarter. Both teams with 3 team fouls.
Both teams playing extremely aggressive. You know, we're seeing, great defense being played on both ends and great offense. This is a great game. Both the teams are also, explosive around the rim, and that's something that we definitely want to see.
Ejim in the key. He got the pass at the last minute from Trong, and then the easy one inside. Ejim in double figures, the first player this afternoon to reach that with 7:10 to go in the quarter. Liz Smith down low looking for a cutter. That's Holmberg. Got to get an offensive foul call. Holmberg pushed off on Ejim. Ejim sold it pretty well as well there. The foul starting to mount up all of a sudden. 4 team fouls, and number 2 on Holmberg with 7 minutes to go. And you got Holmberg and Elliott, such a big part of the Tigers' offense, on the bench. You wonder if you'll even see them anymore in the second quarter.
Right, it's going to be a long game, so it'll be interesting to see what Coach Bradley decides to do.
Here's Lee Trong against Smith. I think Smith sold that one even better than Ejim sold it on the other end. Nonetheless, the offensive foul called, and that's the second personal foul on Lee Trong. Well, if you can get away with that. Right now, the Tigers have Lauren Glazier out there with Nia James, Liz Smith, Nia Lowry, and Rosie Schweitzer. So the offense is going to come from number 3 and number 24 on this lineup, most likely. Here's Smith with a step back 3, and she's got it. For the Tigers, Liz Smith, only 26% this year from deep. Celeste, she struggled on the year, but shot well Thursday night and got that one to go here early in the ball game as well.
She does such a great job at being in triple threat position because the defense is thrown off guard because sometimes you think she's going to go ahead and dribble like you just saw there, and then she stepped back and drains it.
Lynn Trong misses the 3, and then loose ball ends up in the Tigers bench. Nia James will get her first breather of the afternoon. Katie Deaton right back in there for the Tigers. 1-2-2 zone half-court trap here by Gonzaga on this possession. Tigers ready for it. Smith fires it short. Deaton comes in with a long rebound. At the free throw line, Tigers reset. Lowry fires a dangerous cross-court pass, but it's tracked down there nicely by Smith. And then Glazer has the shot blocked by Ejim. She does everything for Gonzaga, the 6'1 senior from Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Ejim, who plays on the national team for Canada, got fed too far on that. Turnover Gonzaga. That is turnover number 5 of the ball game for the Zags. 5.5 to go, second quarter. Tigers go high-low into Schweitzer, who scores. Boy, the Tigers attacking the rim here. And now a violation on Gonzaga. I think Ejim stepped on the baseline trying to inbound it there. And it's just a silly turnover by the Zags. You just don't see that from this team. So the Tigers get it right back. Now player-to-player defense here in the half court. Glazer avoids 2 defenders, and now Deaton has a long 3, no good. Loose ball rebound to Schweitzer. She had good position on Hollingsworth and lays it in. How about Rosie Schweitzer today for Pacific?
Great awareness there too, moving across the key and using her right hand going up.
35-27, Tigers up by 8. Ejim bowls over Schweitzer, but a blocking foul is going to be called as Rosie was in that semicircle. Easy call there for the lead official, Ashley Ellis. Rosie too deep to try and take that.
Definitely wasn't set there.
Well, that leads us to the media timeout. 4:50 remains, second quarter from Stockton. The Pacific Tigers leading the Gonzaga Bulldogs by 8 on ESPN+.
It's time for the ultimate showdown. The Credit Union won WCC Basketball Championship in Las Vegas. Don't miss the high-flying WCC action as 18 programs battle it out to crown 2 champions. Who will be your champion? Scan the QR code to get your tickets now.
Chase Chevrolet has been winning California business
since 1944.
Get a little Stocktonian in you.
I'm Steve.
And I'm Jamie, and we're owners of Smitty's Wings and Things here in Stockton.
As a former pro football player, Steve Smith knows about winning.
Football and business is about teamwork.
When they needed a new Tahoe for their business, a winning drive from the team at Chase Chevrolet was just a few clicks away.
And then delivered our car the next day, so it was very easy. I would do it again.
There's no competition.
Chase Chevrolet.
Buy into it.
Jersey Mike slices your sub right in front of you, see? The slicer, the meat and cheese, it has a rhythm.
This is the rhythm of the slice. The slice. Oh yeah. The rhythm of the slice. This is the rhythm of the slice. The slice.
Clutch moments due to falling hydration levels.
I used to go missing all the time. I let everyone down. I even let Shannon Sharp down.
Yeah, you let me down. They've been told how you feel yourself doesn't matter. That electrolytes are all the same. And just like that, they're gone. Get yourself back in the game. Get yourself a Gatorade. Could be the difference between dominating and disappearing. Gatorade, rehydrate, replenish, refuel.
Yvonne Ejim for the Gonzaga Bulldogs will have a couple of free throws here. Yvonne Ejim for the Gonzaga Bulldogs will have a couple of free throws here.
As you plan your next visit to the Spanos Center for Pacific Basketball, start your experience by stopping by one of the preferred pregame partners near campus. Michael's Pizza, located just 1 mile down Alpine Avenue. Valley Brew, located nearby on the Miracle Mile. And Limitless. As you plan your next visit to the Spanos Center for Pacific Basketball, start your experience by stopping by one of the preferred pregame partners near campus. Michael's Pizza, located just 1 mile down Alpine Avenue. Valley Brew, located nearby on the Miracle Mile. And Limitless.
Rosie Schweitzer commits a foul. The Tigers are now in the penalty with 4:50 yet remaining in the quarter. It'll be free throws for Gonzaga here. Callie Stokes at the line, 74% this year at the free throw line for the Zags. So the failure to secure a missed free throw with a defensive rebound by the Tigers could cost them a couple of points here. Gonzaga within 6, and now 5 as Stokes, who's played very well this year off the bench. Averaging 18 minutes a game, 4 points a ball game, 3.5 rebounds a contest off the bench for Gonzaga this year. Liz Smith on the right wing. They let her drive to the basket. They want her to get into the lane, but the defender was too low. That was Lynn Trong, who was inside the semicircle. Gonzaga baited Liz Smith there into that dribble penetration, and we're just waiting for her inside and down low, but looked like the defender was in that semicircle. That's an automatic blocking foul.
Yeah, one of the things when Liz Smith usually drives to the basket, she's going to fake it and try to go up. There with the two defenders, look for that open man, the other Tiger that's open, pass it out to them.
Smith, a good free throw shooter in her career. She's 86% this year. Both clubs are excellent free throw shooters. Now the Tigers are going to throw a little zone trap here, three-quarter court. Gonzaga obviously has worked against that. Calmly breaks the timeline. Tigers back up by 7 after Smith drains the 2 free throws. Maxwell up top. Misses it short, but Katie Deaton, too aggressive on the box out. Fouls her in the act of shooting. The Cardinals sin there. Celeste never want to foul a three-point shooter. And Deaton has picked up the personal foul. She'll take a seat here.
Yeah, Maxwell is an 88% free throw shooter, so, you definitely really don't want to be fouling her.
Well, they're going to give her 3 looks at it. She set a record last year for Gonzaga all-time, over 93% at the charity stripe. Pretty much automatic, as is Anaya James for the Tigers, who's at 97% this year to this point. Maxwell hails from Gig Harbor, Washington. She's the lone Washingtonian in the starting lineup. What do you know? She missed one of the 3. So it's a 5-point Tiger lead. Anaya James in there with Lauren Glazier, Nia Lowry, Liz Smith, and Rosie Schweitzer. Schweitzer getting some big minutes here for Pacific, with Holmberg in foul trouble with 2 fouls on the bench. And Elliott as well with 2 fouls. Tigers force the ball into Schweitzer. She misses the off-balance shot. Good pressure down low that time by Gonzaga defense. Trong gets a high post pick by Hollingsworth. And Callie Stokes comes off the weak side looking for the 3, not open. Tigers switch out on Trong. She bypasses the 3, gets it to Hollingsworth, who drains it. That's what makes them so tough offensively. The incredible talent and skill sets of all 5 of them. That time Hollingsworth drains the 3, and the Zags within 2 here with 3 minutes to go, second quarter.
Hollingsworth is able to hit it inside and outside, and when she steps past that arc, a lot of the defense will kind of slag on her, and you got to get right back up in her face.
Steal by Gonzaga in transition. Maxwell has a look at a 3, too strong. Liz Smith for the Tigers grabs the rebound. Tigers offense been a little bit stagnant here of late. James going to pull up and drain the right side mid-range jumper. Anaya just so quiet and deceptive with her athletic ability. She shoots 44% this year from the floor. That time drains the two. She's averaging 12 points a game for the Tigers. Ibens misses from the right elbow. The Tigers up by 4, 2:10 to go. Smith finds a lane and scores with the left hand with some body English on that one off the glass. Beautiful touch by Smith. Tigers back up by 6. Trong quietly answers back from distance. The Tigers do not defend the three in transition, and Lynn Trong makes them pay for it as she hits the big three for Gonzaga. 30-second timeout here, 41-38. Tigers, who scored 80 points Thursday night against Portland, right on track to be back in the 80s here today with the shooting numbers thus far, Celeste.
Pacific men's basketball team will return to the Spanos Center on Wednesday, February 21st to host the Pepperdine Waves at 7 p.m., where the first 250 fans in attendance will receive a pair of Pacific Tiger socks. Can't make it to the game? Catch the action streaming on ESPN Plus or on radio at Fox Sports AM 1280. The WCC has partnered with ESPN Plus to make ESPN Plus the new home for West Coast Conference live games and highlights. Don't miss a minute of the action. Visit ESPN.com to subscribe today and follow the Pacific Tigers all season long.
Gonzaga 17-15 run here in the second quarter. The Tigers are shooting 16 of 26 from the floor, 61%. Gonzaga 13 of 28 in the ballgame, 46.5%. The Zags now 5 of 15 from distance. Pacific 2 of 5 from distance. Holmberg checks in off of the timeout with 2 personal fouls. Misfires from the left baseline. Loose ball rebound to Gonzaga. Kaylynne directing traffic as the Tigers set up in the half court. Hollingsworth had Glazier posted up pretty low. They couldn't get the ball to her though, so Lynn Trong says, I'll just shoot the 3 and nail it. And the 6-3 for Gonzaga makes it a tie ball game, 41 apiece.
Kaylynne Trương is just such a phenomenal player. How she moves with the ball, Dawn, is just amazing. She's so calm, cool, and collected, and she'll come off a screen, or she comes and she squares up and will shoot the ball, and it's smooth.
Ejim with a nice move of the offhand there against Glazier down low, and we're knotted up at 43. Yeah, Lynn Trong shooting 46% to lead Gonzaga. Maxwell shoots it at 45% from beyond the arc, but Lynn Trong has really improved her shooting year after year. There's a triple for Pacific. A lot of points in this one, as that was Thursday night. We'll see who is the last person standing at this scoring clip. Hollingsworth with a beautiful feed from Esther Little. Got a 2-on-1 and a layup there as a result, but beautiful assist by Little, the Ipswich, England native. And we're back, well, it's a one-point game. 10 seconds left in the quarter. Tigers looking for the last shot here. Sydney Ward is wide open, halfway out. It pops out with the rotation of the ball. Would not fall. The Tigers' Sydney Ward, who checked in there for the last few seconds. Ward, a sophomore from Houston, Texas, almost had the triple, and that's the way the first half ends. What an entertaining ball game here from Stockton this afternoon. Pacific at half, 46, Gonzaga 45. We'll take the break, and we'll come back with a halftime interview with President Christopher Callahan of the University of the Pacific, and then we'll go through some numbers with Celeste at halftime on ESPN+.
Live sports. ESPN Plus Originals.
And we welcome you back into the Alex G. Spano Center. Don Gubbins with Celeste Gearing here at halftime. The Tigers by 1 right now, 46-45, and Celeste, both teams shot the ball extremely well in that first half. The Tigers shot 60% from the floor, 18 of 30, while Gonzaga shot 16 of 32 50%. And then at the 3-point line, Gonzaga 6 of 17. The Tigers 3 of 7. Both teams shooting the ball well here in the first half.
Both teams are shooting extremely well. The Tigers, all the players are contributing. If you look at the box score right now, all of them are contributing. On the Gonzaga team, you have, of course, Ejim, a force to be reckoned with, and the Trong sisters, who are also putting points up. You know, it's been a really phenomenal game in the first half.
Yeah, the numbers are pretty balanced, as you would suspect. One of the interesting numbers, the bench points, the Tigers, which don't get a lot of production off the bench this year, but they have a 12-6 bench lead at halftime. That's a surprising number. And then the other number was fast break points. Pacific with 11 fast break points. Gonzaga has yet to get a fast break point in this ball game through the first half. I think that speaks to the big energy, great energy that the Tigers in front of this home crowd brought to this game here this afternoon.
Absolutely. You know, when the Tigers first lost to Gonzaga a couple of weeks ago, either the team really like revs up and, you know, gets confident and goes for it, or, you know, they're kind of like working out the kinks and all of that. And I just see the Tigers coming out so aggressive this game and really wanting it, and every single player contributing off the bench.
The individual numbers, Yvonne Ejim leading all scorers in this one with 14 points. Ejim, as you see the numbers on the screen, let's go through those first. Gonzaga officially 16 of 32 is what I had on my numbers, which translates to 50%. So I'm not sure, actually, those numbers are accurate, Michael. I think our numbers here courtside look to be more accurate here. So we'll just stick with our numbers. Individually, Ejim had 14 points to lead Gonzaga in scoring on 6 of 8 shooting. Lee Trong had 9 points. She was 3 of 4 from the floor, 2 of 3 from beyond the arc. And then 6 points for Kaylynne Trương. Her twin sister was 2 of 6 from the floor, 2 of 4 from the 3-point line. Meanwhile, Pacific had 9 points from Anaya James on 3 of 5 shooting. 8 points for Katie Deaton. Katie was 3 for 7 from the floor, 7 for Liz Smith, 6 each for Cece Holmberg and Rosie Schweitzer. Schweitzer playing 10 minutes in that first half due to foul trouble of Elliott and Holmberg. And Rosie, even though she was under the weather with a little bit of bronchitis before the ball game, had some nice minutes for the Tigers.
She did. She had 6 total points in the half, and she really gets in and makes difference on the boards. You know, every player's looking to block Rosie out because here she comes. She wants that ball.
Rosie had 2 rebounds, turned the ball over 3 times in that first half. And the Tigers, to your point a moment ago, good balance scoring. 4 points for Glazier, 2 for Lowry off of the bench. But Gonzaga doing a nice job on Elliott, the Tigers' leading scorer. Only 4 points here at the half, mainly due to the fact she only played 6 minutes due to foul trouble in that. The Tigers' leading scorer, only 4 points here at the half, mainly due to the fact she only played 6 minutes due to foul trouble in that first half. Speaking of foul trouble, the Tigers have 4 players with 2 fouls: Schweitzer, Deaton, Elliott, and Holmberg. Gonzaga has 2 players with 2 personal fouls: Brenna Maxwell and Kaylynne Trương. Outside of that, no other foul trouble for either squad at the moment. Tigers led 26-21 after 1 quarter, and then the Bulldogs outscored Pacific 24-20 to get us to the 46-45 halftime score.
And Tigers are going to have to play really smart, but still be aggressive at the same time, right? We don't want Holmberg to foul out or Elliott, but, you know, at the same time, they got to be aggressive and can't back off.
Good point. I thought the aggressiveness, and yet they remained pretty loose at the period coming into the game. Not much to lose when you're going up against a team of this caliber and quality after getting beat by 65 2 weeks ago. Nice ball movement as Nia James with an entry pass to Elliott. She scores inside, the easy one, and that's the difference. Having Elliott on the floor provides for Pacific a legitimate low post threat that should open up the outside if Elliott remains on the floor here in the second half. Lynn Trong got a good pick from Hollingsworth, but well defended. The Tigers switched out on that. Now Lynn Trong stepped back and hit the three. Smith was there, but just better offense against good defense there.
Yeah, Trong, when she really lasers in on that basket and she sees that shot, she's going to shoot that and make that every single time.
Elliott dribbles the ball off her foot, out of bounds, turnover Pacific, and then Ejim reverse layup. You know the Zags are going to expose that matchup with Elliott having 2 fouls. Ejim, they'll probably pound it down low to her. She gets the easy one. And now 16 points for Yvonne Ejim, averaging 20 points a game this year. Deaton tries to force one under good pressure down low. Missed the shot. Gonzaga with a rebound. Not sure they've trailed in conference at the half. This might be the first time. I don't know. I would suspect that. Well, the Tigers lose Hollingsworth off the weak side. Ejim gives her the quick pass and the easy one inside. Now a lazy pass intercepted by Hollingsworth. Gonzaga up by 4 here. They haven't led since early in the game.
And Gonzaga, always a calm, cool, and collected team. The Chong sisters will work and work and work to get those open shots. They'll work and work on defense to make sure that they get those steals. And here, right there, we see it with Ejim, right? Great ball movement. She had a straight shot to the lane, and she capitalized on it.
Well, the Tigers' defense has come out flat here in the first 2 minutes of the second half. Well, we got the 30-second timeout. It's going to turn in to a full timeout, so we'll take the break. 7:58, third quarter. Gonzaga up by 6 over the Tigers on ESPN+.
Live sports. ESPN Plus Originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library. Exclusive articles and tools. Top leagues and tournaments. Best stories in sports. On ESPN Plus. Live sports. On ESPN Plus. Live sports. ESPN Plus Originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library. Exclusive articles and tools. Top leagues and tournaments. Best stories in sports. On ESPN Plus. Live sports. ESPN Plus.
Welcome back in. Pacific basketball off of the timeout. Smith to Anaya James. Anaya really wasn't looking for that pass. Was off balance. It was not a good pass either. Turnover Pacific off of the timeout. Tigers have their 10th turnover of the ball game. Gonzaga on a 9-2 run to open up the third quarter here. 2 minutes into it. Hollingsworth has a look at a three. Bottom of the net. Holmberg was kind of late to get a real hand in Hollingsworth's face, but Hollingsworth, just a high arcer, made it look easy and drains the three.
That's what we were talking about just when we were coming back from, starting the half. It's just, the Tigers still have to be aggressive, have to get that hand up, Don, have to get in their face. They can't back off, even though there's a little bit of foul trouble going on here.
Well, getting a basket will help too. Holmberg misses an easy one from inside. Deaton fires from three off the right angle, no good, short. Rebound to Gonzaga. Ejim can't handle the entry pass from Lee Trong. Turnover on Gonzaga is their 9th of the ball game. Anaya James going to come out. Lauren Glazier in for Cece Holmberg. Rosie Schweitzer back in for the Tigers. Nia Lowry in for Pacific as well. Hollingsworth gets a breather as Hybens checks back in for Gonzaga. Liz Smith off the window, can't get the jumper to fall. Too much one-on-one right now for the Tigers. Not a lot of movement offensive end for Pacific so far in the third quarter. Gonzaga, meanwhile, moves it on the perimeter, and Ejim gets good position down low on Glazier. She fouls Ejim on the shot attempt that went in as well. Ejim got her own offensive rebound. The putback went in. She was fouled, so an and one for Yvonne Ejim.
Yeah, there was no body at all on Ejim on that play, and she just, got in there and got it. Ejim's such a fun player to watch, Dawn. She's up for the 2024 Becky Hammond Player of the Year award. She was named to the Naismith Trophy Player of the Year midseason team. She just, is such a versatile player. She's got the whole package.
And she's got 21 points this afternoon. Just like that, Gonzaga has opened it up to a 12-point advantage. Lazy pass into the low post, stolen by Gonzaga. Ejim, who runs the floor extremely well for a big, gets rewarded with a nice pass and a layup by Ejim. 23 points for her, but good defense created that offense. And a lazy pass by the Tigers helped as well. Tigers need to move the ball and find a good shot here on this possession. Down low, Schweitzer against a double team, can't get it to go. Rebound tracked down by Ejim. Nice breakout off the right wing by Maxwell, but the Tigers knock it away. They have the ball. Turnover Gonzaga. Down low, Smith got it. Well, good steal by the Tigers, and they convert it into two, and that's what happens. Tigers get the defense in, jump-starting the offense here, hopefully.
Dean does such a great job running full speed up the lane, and Liz Smith was there, like little sweet basket underneath.
Schweitzer will come out. Liz Elliott back in for the Tigers. Elliott with the two fouls here. Wide open three. Stokes hits it in the right corner. Callie Stokes, the lone California representative on this squad. Only 29% this year from downtown, but got that one cleanly through the net. Elliott to the rack. She's fouled. It's an and one for Liz Elliott of Pacific. Tigers look to bring the ball up quickly there in transition and got the easy look inside.
Liz Elliott does a really good job when there is contact, body contact on her. She has this strength. She's so powerful. She knows how to be explosive with her body and get that momentum going all towards the basket.
They called the foul on Maxwell. That will be her third personal, and she'll come out of the game as a result. Esther Little back in for the Zags. Elliott at the line this year, only 69%. That number has been climbing in the last month. She was down to 50% or so in early January. So the and one gets the Tigers back within a dozen here, 65-53. Just inside of 5 minutes to go, third quarter. Gonzaga will be back in Spokane for the USF Dons on Thursday night at the McCarthy Center. The Tigers will hit the road at Pepperdine Thursday night in Malibu. How about Hybens? As the shot clock expires, the Tigers play great D for 29 seconds, and then Hybens showing her ability to step out and hits the long distance three.
Yeah, we've seen that up and down the court the last couple of times, Don, where great defense by the Tigers, and then on that last pass, there's nobody on the shooter, and they're making that three.
Hybens has hit a couple of them in this one. Katie Deaton with a fadeaway jumper off the right angle. 68-55. Gonzaga up by 13 here. Youth basketball day inside the Spano Center today. And they tried to orange out the arena. A lot of the youth left at halftime for some reason. Pull-up jumper, no good on the baseline there by Stokes. Tigers get the rebound. It's Nia Lowry, the freshman, grabbing the defensive board for Pacific. Tigers looking to cut into a 13-point deficit here, working against player-to-player defense. Smith charges to the rack, but Elliott's there, and from behind, it's bumped. She converts somehow, put it in off the window, and got knocked down in the process from behind. Liz Elliott with the and one. And the Tigers have a potential three-point play here. Can get back within 10. 3.5 minutes to go, third quarter from the Spano Center. The Tigers on a charge here, looking for the three-pointer. Get back within 10 on ESPN+.
It's time for the ultimate showdown. The Credit Union One WCC Basketball Championship in Las Vegas. Don't miss the high-flying WCC action. Your tickets now.
The German Carolinas. Jake traded his second pick with me.
TicketSmart. Choose great seats from over 125,000 live events, all backed with a TicketSmarter 100% ticket guarantee. Get your tickets smarter at TicketSmarter.com. Get great seats, safer, simpler, and smarter with TicketSmarter. Choose great seats from over 125,000 live events, all backed with a TicketSmarter 100% ticket guarantee. Get your tickets smarter at TicketSmarter.com.
Every year, thousands of athletes disappear in clutch moments due to falling hydration levels.
I used to go missing all the time. I let everyone down. I even let Shannon Sharp down.
Yeah, you let me down. They've been told how you feel yourself doesn't matter. That electrolytes are all the same. Rehydrate, replenish, refuel.
Don Govin, Celeste Gearing with you this afternoon on ESPN+. West Coast Conference basketball. Have an entertaining ball game this afternoon. Gonzaga, the 17th ranked team in the country, 16 in one of the polls. Elliott can't complete the free throw. Oftentimes you see that, don't you, Celeste, when the timeout kind of throws off the rhythm on a free throw attempt there.
Absolutely. You know, the storyline has been for this third period really about the turnovers. Gonzaga did not score any points off the Tigers' turnovers in the first half, and in the third period alone, they have scored 9 points, and really that has been almost the difference in the game.
Yeah, the Tigers' phantom defense there again. Ejim finds an easy one inside. I'm not sure what happened to Elliott on that play. Here's Anaya James. Scoop shot reversed with some body English, won't go, and then the ball deflects out of bounds off of the Tigers. Shooting numbers 23 of 43 for Pacific. That's 54.5% for the ball game now. That number's dropped after a big first half. Gonzaga 25 of 44, just inside of 57%, but the Zags have hit 10 three-pointers today. Make it 11. Beautiful friendly roll off the iron twice, off the backboard, and yet a corner three somehow, some way went in with those bounces. That's crazy.
And this team has so much experience. They've played so long together. They play extremely well together. A lot of times you don't even really see them communicating, but they know where each other's going to be on the court and where their spacing is going to be at. They do a really good job of actually spreading out the offense, creating those lanes for everybody to either cut into or drive.
Well, Elliott got fouled. A generous call there from our vantage point. But Liz will get a couple of free throws. The junior from Inglewood, who's a sociology major, leading scorer for Pacific at 13.8 points a game.
Stop by Lincoln Center before or after your next Tigers home game. Stockton's premier outdoor shopping center since 1951 and marked by the Big L, the Lincoln Center encompasses 35 acres and has more than 90 businesses, including more than 80% that are locally owned and family operated. It's Stockton's favorite shopping, dining, and entertainment destination.
And one of my favorite places also, very nice, the Lincoln Center. Elliott 1 out of 2, so it's a 15-point deficit for the Tigers. Elliott now in double figures. She's got 11 points for the Tigers. 2:15 to go, third quarter. Can't let Hollingsworth shoot that wide open. She misses that one. Hollingsworth in the ball game now is 2 out of 4 from distance. Gonzaga 10 of 22 in the ball game from beyond the arc. Tigers need a spark here. Elliott had the ball stripped. She got a beautiful bounce pass from Smith. Trong got her hands in there and got the steal. Nice defense by Gonzaga. Little fires it across court along the baseline. That is a dangerous pass. Katie Deaton pointing the Tigers' way, and it is Pacific basketball. Elliott will come out. Rosie Schweitzer will come in with 1:50 to go in the quarter. Gonzaga right now with a +4 on the rebounds in this one. Gonzaga is number 1 in so many categories in the conference coming into play today. Rebounding margin is one of them. 8.5. They're a +8.5 rebounds a game on average this year. Deaton, so good. One-on-one. That time drew the double team, but had good position down low. Anaya James with her quickness got in the passing lane late. Got the ball for Pacific. There's a 3 in transition that's short. Why not? If you're Katie Deaton, keep firing from 3 in transition. Tigers had a good look at it, just left it short.
Katie Deaton lives with no fear. She'll go in the lane and go up against anybody, no matter how tall they are or their body frame. She will shoot from the outside. She just gets this look in her eyes, and you can tell she's going to shoot it or she's going to drive straight through.
Ejim had an easy one there. Holmberg switched out on that motion, but somebody didn't pick up Ejim on the switch there. Yvonne Ejim's had a lot of easy looks down low today. Tigers now having to fight for their shots. They can't get much of a good look here in the second half. Gonzaga really picking up their defense. Lynn Trong in transition, rims one out from 3, but the rebound to Hollingsworth. Now they'll pull it out. About an 8-second differential here as the third quarter is winding down. Ejim's going to go against Schweitzer, missed the shot. It should be a shot clock violation here, as it did not hit the rim. Ejim's shot did not hit the rim. And before the Tigers secured the rebound, they were simultaneous to it. The officials blow the whistle to stop play here. So it'll be Tiger basketball with 8 seconds left in the quarter. Ejim will come out to catch the full 2.5-minute break, as does Brenna Maxwell for Gonzaga. Liz Smith did not use the pick. Instead moved left, and her 3 at the buzzer did not go, and that's the way the third quarter ends. It's a very good quarter for the Gonzaga Bulldogs. They're up 75-60 after 3 from Stockton on ESPN+.
Live sports. ESPN Plus Originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library. Exclusive articles and tools. Top leagues and tournaments. Best stories in sports. On ESPN Plus.
Welcome back to Stockton. It'll be Gonzaga basketball to open up the fourth quarter. 10 minutes to go. The Zags up by 15 after trailing by 1 at halftime to the Pacific Tigers here this afternoon. Whistle. I think the Tigers are going to get a foul call on the shot attempt. Anaya James a little too aggressive with the closeout there. Made some contact with the feet of the shooter. I think Maxwell didn't have enough space to come down on that shot. So it'll be 3 free throws for Brenna Maxwell. Maxwell in the ball game, 5 points only today. Only 1 of 5 shooting from the floor.
Want a first-hand experience of Stockton's hidden gems? Check out Visit Stockton on TikTok, where they explore the city's best eats, things to do, events, and more. Be sure to check out Visit Stockton across all social channels to learn more.
Maxwell this time drains all 3 free throws, so the silly foul the Tigers commit turns into 3 points there at the free throw line. Maxwell with 8 points in the ball game now. Here's Liz Smith for Pacific. Deaton out there with Elliott, Holmberg, and Anaya James. Holmberg a little flat on that shot from 12 feet away. Cece not having the bounce back game after a big one Thursday night, 25 points against Portland. Today she's got only 6 points on 3 of 7 shooting.
She looks to be rushing her shot a little bit, Dawn. You know, she's not getting a square to the basket, taking her time. She's kind of just coming, pivoting off, and trying to shoot it as she's coming around.
Gonzaga 30-14 run in that third quarter. Open this game up. Over the back foul. It'll be Tiger basketball. Other games going on in conference, Santa Clara and Portland in the Bay Area. It's the Broncos 41, Portland 26 with 2:48 left in the third quarter. Those two teams could be tied for the number 2 spot in conference if that game holds as it is now. Portland would get their 4th loss in conference. Shot off the window by Glazier, too strong, but Gonzaga can't secure the rebound. It'll be Tiger basketball. Shot clock reset to 20 seconds here. San Diego at home. Loss in conference. Shot off the window by Glazier, too strong, but Gonzaga can't secure the rebound. It'll be Tiger basketball. Shot clock reset to 20 seconds here. San Diego at home this afternoon taking on LMU. The Toreros with a 9-point advantage with 4 minutes to go, third quarter there. 36-27 San Diego over LMU. San Diego playing good ball of late. Cindy Fisher has that young team starting to gel here in this season. Tigers missed down low, down into the post, and nicely done with a right hand as Hybens. Boy, she looks good down there on the block today, and she can step out and hit that 3, Celeste.
Yeah, she really does. She has 7 total points, and you know, I want to say too, like Eliza Hollingsworth, you know, she just snatched that rebound. She has 7 total rebounds so far during this game, and she's making a huge difference on the boards.
Gonzaga with a 30-23 advantage on the glass this afternoon. .27 for Egypt leading the way. Lynn Trong has a dozen. Hollingsworth has 10. Kaylynne Trương has 9 as the Tigers score inside to make it 80-62 here.
Liz Elliott doing what she does best there, really, you know, getting inside the key, getting the ball, making it look so easy.
Elliott has not missed a field goal attempt in this ball game for the Tigers. She's officially 5 of 5 from the floor. 2 of 4 at the free throw line. 14 points. She now leads the Tigers this afternoon in scoring. Deaton, who comes out, has a dozen. Anaya James, Liz Smith knocking on the door with 9 points to double figures. Beautiful out of bounds play by Gonzaga. The Tigers break down defensively, and Maxwell finishes inside for her only 2nd field goal of the ball game.
That's what you want out of every out of bounds play. That pick that was set, that roll that came off of it, and that clear shot.
Anaya breaks free for the easy one now. 82-64. Egypt back in the game. She'll has an awkward looking shot from the 3-point line. Only 1 of 2 this year from the 3-point line. Tigers try a risky pass. James in the backcourt picked the pocket of Maxwell, but then a foul call by Cheryl Blue will negate that. Anaya with those quick hands. Didn't look like there was contact there from my vantage point courtside. Let's take a look at it here. Well,
a little bit of reach.
It's more technique than anything. The officials trained when you reach across the body like that to blow the whistle. And it's not great defense, but if you can get away with it, it is. Good camera work by our crew inside the arena as always. On the nice replay review, saw what drew the foul call on Anaya James there. And then the 3 by Gonzaga. 85-64 now, 21-point advantage.
Kaylynne Trương with 12 points in this game, playing extremely well. Again, always calm, cool, collected under pressure. We talked about this the whole entire game. The two Trương sisters, they just never give up. They know that they're going to make their shots. Their shots are going to eventually fall. They just make it up on defense until they start.
6.5 to go, back to a 19-point deficit for the Tigers after James converts on her 10th and 11 points of the ball game. She's the third Tiger in double figures this afternoon. High-low from Hybens to Ejim, a wild shot inside. Doesn't go, and the Tigers get the rebound. 6 minutes now to go in the ball game.
There, she would definitely try to get contact. She didn't get any.
Tigers wearing down physically here in the second half after a big win Thursday night in a physical, tough game against Portland. You can just see the energy has been zapped here in the second half. Just didn't have any fire here coming out in the second half to compete against this talented and experienced Gonzaga ball club who's done what they needed to do, and that is take control here in the second half.
And Tigers were leading in the first half, 9 points in that first quarter. And then, like you said, they've been really flat this second quarter, look a little bit, winded at times, just not moving their feet as well on defense.
Naya huffing and puffing. Her and Smith lead the conference in minutes played per game, averaging 35 minutes a game. Laser shot is short, and that's what you see from a fatigued team, is leaving the shot short. Flat as well on the arch attempt there. Gonzaga in transition misses the shot. The loose ball rebound goes out of bounds. That'll lead us to the media timeout. 4:54 remains in this basketball game from Stockton this afternoon. Gonzaga up 85-66 over the Tigers. You're watching ESPN+.
What even is this? Don't touch my things, gross. Janice, when you bundle your home or renters with your auto, Progressive provides 24/7.
Over the years, we've put a lot of dreams in motion with innovation, imagination, and the drive to always keep dreaming. Introducing our all-new, all-electric SUV, the Prologue. The prologue of things to come. The all
Around here?
Sometimes.
Family of 8 were to need a cold plunge. Where would they find it?
Oh, then they dip it in butter and bam, it goes right.
Really cute vampire bar, like
The Reverend does like a blessing on the corn.
Donut shops. How far from here?
No eyebrows?
Think of how light it'll feel in the summer. We gotta run. 11,000 more neighborhoods to go.
Ding dong.
Homes.com.
Don Gubbin, Celeste Gearing with you along this afternoon. West Coast Conference action. Gonzaga basketball inside of 5 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter. Gonzaga has all 5 starters, Celeste, in double figures now, and Hybens off the bench knocking on double figures with 9 points.
That was a rare miss by Kaylynne Trương right there.
Trump missed everything on that one. You just rarely see that. And then Holmberg coast to coast for the easy one. Ejim is still in there, but Gonzaga gets another substitute in there. We'll get you her name in just a moment as Gonzaga works offensively here. With 4 minutes to go, leading by 17 points now after the Tigers Holmberg makes the bucket. In there is Destiny Burton for Gonzaga. She's a 6-foot senior from Wichita, Kansas. Forward/center. Schweitzer to the rack against Burton. Shot missed, but a foul going to the rack. Burton not quite sure about that call, but the Tigers fortunate, I think, to get it. It'll be free throws for Schweitzer. Rosie had a good ball game today off the bench for Pacific. Had a lot of minutes here this afternoon as the Tigers got in early foul trouble. 3 of 3 at the line today for Rosie. She's got 7 points.
Rosie's a player that has made a difference for the Tigers all season long. She comes in off the bench as a role player. She knows her role. She knows she's a contributor, and she contributes usually every single game.
Gonzaga breaks the pressure. That lead down to 15 here with 3.5 to go in the ball game. Gonzaga has hit a dozen threes in this ball game. The Tigers have converted on 3 triples. Blocking foul on Schweitzer. Easy call here as she moved under Ejim. That could be a dangerous play. And Ejim will get to the line for a couple here with 3:14 remaining. Gonzaga looking to go to 13-0 here and 26-2 on the year. 17th ranked team in the country, Celeste, and there's a lot of people that think they should be a little bit higher than that. But time will tell. The season has 2 more weeks to go after today, and a lot can happen.
Absolutely. Their 2 losses come off of, back in November. They lost to Louisville, who's ranked number 18th now, and they also lost to Washington State, who was ranked 24th at that time. But, they did beat Stanford, that was ranked number 3,
yeah.
And Stanford is still ranked number 3.
Yeah, that was their signature win on the year without question. Stanford had Cameron Brink for, I think, just a quarter in that game, but not to detract from a big win for Gonzaga up in Spokane to defeat one of the best teams in the country without question, the Stanford Cardinals. Schweitzer got bowled over, I'm not sure.
I think she was holding her head when she walked off the court. I think she really hit her head.
She's tough to knock over, number 1, and number 2, she's tough to knock out of a game. So that must have been some collision there. Hope she's okay. Be Gonzaga basketball. Sure. Crowd here not liking the call. Not entirely sure what happened there, but we hope Rosie's okay. 3 minutes to go in the game. Gonzaga up by 16, looking to build on that lead here. Burton out there with Lynn and Lee Trong. Yvonne Ejim with the basketball, works against Glazier. Nice shot with the left hand. Glazier got a piece of it on the second putback, but Gonzaga retains, and then a 3-point shot converted by Lynn Trong from the right angle. Lynn Trong, 15 points in the ball game, 5 of 11 from the floor, 5 of 9 from distance, 4 assists in the ball game. She's the leading assist maker in conference as well. 6 assists per game. Nia James, number 2 in conference for the Tigers, 5.5 assists per ball game. Ejim looking for 30 in this one, can't get that one to go. Likes to use that left hand, the offhand. Couldn't get that little one to go from inside. Smith dances her way to the rim and scores with the right hand. Liz Smith for Pacific makes it 89-72. Substitution timeout by Gonzaga. Ejim's going to come out of the big ball game. Lynn Trong will come out. Kaylynne Trương will stay in the ball game. Esther Little back in. Hollingsworth out there as well. And then Callie Stokes for Gonzaga. 89-72.
Ejim having a great game. Another great game today. 28 points.
Trương lost the ball. I thought it went off a Naya out of bounds, but they say it's Tiger basketball. It happened right in front of head coach Lisa Fortier, but when you're up by 17 with a minute and a half to go, you're not going to protest too vehemently out there. Glazer fadeaway jump hook is good. Nice shot by Lauren Glazer. She's really starting to score for the Tigers here in the last few weeks in her sophomore year.
She really has. You know, she's averaged maybe 4 points a game, you know, especially early on in the season. And she's been picking it up and doing especially well. Today she had 6 points.
Hollingsworth with a good left hand has the basket. Now a dozen points in the ball game. 1 minute to go. Holmberg off balance. I was going to call a foul on the arm as Holmberg will get a couple of free throws here. The Tigers will shoot free throws number 14 and 15 in this game. The Zags got to the line 16 times to this point of the ball game and converted on a dozen of those. Gonzaga with a +6 on the rebounding number to get you caught up there. The Tigers now have 4 players in double figures. Should Cece make both free throws here, the Tigers would have all 5 starters in double figures in this one.
Pacific women's basketball team will return home to face off against San Diego on Thursday, February 29th at 6 p.m. for our Pink Game, where the first 250 fans in attendance will receive a pink t-shirt commemorating breast cancer awareness.
Holmberg and Anaya James come out as Holmberg does get her 2 free throws and gets to double figures. And the Tiger starters all hit double figures, as do the Gonzaga Bulldog starters in this one. Jamie Kent has checked in for Pacific. She's a freshman from Dublin, California. Tigers' Sydney Ward, also a freshman from Houston, Texas, gets in there. And Liz Smith charges in too. Hybens. It was close. She was just outside that semicircle in the paint, waiting for Smith to drive to the rack, as she often does. So the offensive foul on Liz Smith of Pacific. Second personal foul. 15-point advantage for Gonzaga. Inside of 30 seconds left now. Hybens showed she can hit that 3. Instead takes the dribble. About a 3-second differential here. Gonzaga just using as much clock as possible. Now Hybens dribbles it off her foot. Tigers have a 3-on-2. Glazer pulls up and drains the 16-footer, and that makes it 91-78. So a 13-point ball game is how this one's going to end up. Well, at least we didn't get beat by 65 here this afternoon. But nonetheless, Gonzaga does what they needed to do and defeat the Pacific Tigers 91-78. And with the win, Gonzaga improves to 26-2 on the year, 13-0 in conference, while the Tigers fall to 14-11 overall, 6-6 in West Coast Conference play, and maintain that number 5 position in conference. And as I mentioned, Gonzaga with just a good second half. They outscored the Tigers 46-32 in that second half after the Tigers led 46-45 at halftime. It's a 13-point win for Coach Lisa Fortier and the Gonzaga Bulldogs. Not sure if Coach Davis is going to come over or not. We'll hang loose for a second here. All right, so we'll just close out the numbers here for you. Gonzaga in victory. They shoot 33 of 64 from the floor, 51.5%. The Tigers shot 31 of 60 from the floor, so both teams shoot almost identical numbers, 51.5% basically from the floor, but the difference at the three-point line, like it's been so often this year for Pacific, Gonzaga hit 13 three-pointers on 30 attempts, 43% Celeste. The Tigers were only 3 of 11. And there's the difference in the ball game, difference of 27 points at that three-point line.
Tigers came out so strong during this first half of this game, you know, and then they just kind of lost that wind and that momentum in the second game, and it shows definitely in the scoring.
Yeah, the second half, Pacific just hit a wall, and Gonzaga took advantage as a good team will. Outscored Pacific 30-14 in that third quarter. The numbers, Ejim with 28 to lead the way, 15 for Lynn Trong, 12 for Eliza Hollingsworth, 12 for Lee Trong, and 10 for Brenna Maxwell, 9 for Maud Hybens, 5 for Callie Stokes off the bench for Gonzaga. The Tigers had 14 points for Liz Elliott in this one. Liz only played 17 minutes due to foul trouble, so good efficiency there, 14 points, 17 minutes, but the Tigers and Liz Elliott are going to have to find a way to stay on the floor and keep that low post presence and low post scoring threat for the Tigers here in the next couple of weeks and going into the tournament play.
Yeah, you know, Tigers, they've had some injuries, you know, the last couple of weeks. All the players have come back pretty much healthy and on the floor. And like you said, it's, you know, usually the Liz's, Liz Smith and Liz Elliott, have that high-low, you know, rhythm going. They haven't really hit that since Liz Smith has been back. And, you know, Holmberg didn't have her top game that she's usually had. You know, we saw her get 25 points last game, and of course you're not going to do that every game. But, you know, this game, she only scored 10 points.
And you have to wonder how much that ankle sprain she suffered midway through the third quarter on Thursday night hurt her. But certainly it was an energy issue in that second half. And the Tigers hung tough for the first half. And Gonzaga, I'm sure, hasn't trailed at halftime. I'm pretty confident, certainly in conference play. So if nothing else, Gonzaga got a little test of the challenge here for 20 minutes in conference. That'll nothing but help them, I'm sure, as they go on the road and go down the road in their quest to do some nice things in postseason this year.
And, you know, on the flip side of that, you know, the Tigers hanging in there, being actually ahead of this 17th ranked national team should really build their confidence too. Coming out into the next game, working that much harder, working together, showing that they can, you know, run with them and play that first half. They just need to do a little bit more on their shooting. They need to do a little bit more on, you know, getting in shape in the sense of like running up and down the court a little bit faster, and they'll be right there with, you know, a nationally ranked team in that second half.
All right, 12 of 22 from the floor was Ejim, just pretty darn efficient. You can see why she shoots such a high percentage, number one in conference in field goal percentage. The rebounding numbers ended up favoring Gonzaga 35-29. The turnovers ended up being 15 apiece, and Gonzaga got 15 points off of the 15 Tiger turnovers. And Pacific did a nice job getting 19 points off of the 15 Gonzaga turnovers in this one. Points in the paint, believe it or not, were pretty even, 40-38. The Tigers actually had a +2 advantage in this one. That might be a little bit of a concern for the coaching staff and the Gonzaga crew, getting outscored down low in the painted area. Second chance points favored Gonzaga 13-6, thanks to 12 offensive rebounds for them. Pacific had 8 offensive boards in this one. And the Tigers did a nice job, Celeste, 17 points on the fast break this afternoon, only 7 for Gonzaga. But fast break points, something the Tigers look to do, get out on the run, and had a nice effort from that regard here.
Yeah, they really get up and down the court and fast breaks and can hit that shot right away. They know how to fill the lanes. They've done this millions of times, and so they like to really run and gun.
And then the bench points favored Pacific 18-14. In this one as well. But in the end, the Gonzaga Bulldogs victorious 91-78. They remain perfect in conference, 13-0, and we wish them well for the next 2 weeks. We'll see them in Las Vegas, and certainly wish them well in their journey to do some nice things in postseason this year with that experienced and talented ball club. Meanwhile, if you're the Pacific Tigers, you come off a nice win Thursday night. You show well first half, have a lead against Gonzaga. And that's going to build some momentum going into the road trip next week at Pepperdine Thursday and at LMU on Saturday, as the Tigers still look to somehow, some way get into 4th position and avoid playing Friday in the West Coast Conference Tournament. Should be fun here the next couple of weeks, but the Tigers should have some momentum off of these last 2 games.
Absolutely. I think the Tigers have really been building their confidence all season, and, you know, really being on the road the next 2 games, I think we'll see that coming from them, from this game, that momentum coming through.
Well, we'll find out Thursday night. Celeste, thank you for your help today.
You're welcome.
Nice to have you here, and thank you all of you for tuning in. And once again, the final score from Stockton, 91-78 Gonzaga over Pacific. My name's Don Gubbins. We thank everyone for tuning in. We'll talk to you next time on ESPN+. Good day, everybody.
Live sports.